And I was like, did you give this bitch your address? Because she's gonna rob you.
Tara's like, I don't have that liquid. We're your hosts, Tara, Nora, and Allie, and you're listening to Bad Advice Only.
We're just three New York City rats talking about scurrying around the Big Apple. Here, we make the New York City mistakes so you don't have to.
We're begging you. Leave us a review and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We release new episodes every Monday, so stay tuned, rats.
Psychics.
This is Psychics, part 3.
Honest to God.
So sick of talking about psychics.
I am so sick of psychics. We have tried to record this episode. Literally, this is the 4th try, I think.
It's like the
It's
fates
cursed.
don't want us to record it.
Something's wrong every time we do this.
You know, like all these like white blonde bitches are like, divine timing, like the universe wants what it wants. And I think the universe does not want this released. Oh, Tara's not with us again.
Tara is gone.
She's out of this podcast. We're going to exit just for next week on the cover album. The cover
we
art.
could do that
Yeah.
every time someone's not there instead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Which rat are we on? We have to figure out who we identify with.
Don't know. The most offensive thing that people say when I'm like, do you like the cover art? Is they're like, well, did the person see a picture of you guys? And I'm like, well, no.
I like it because my face looks pointier than it is.
Oh, so you do have a girl.
In the cover art. No, all 3 of them I think look alike. I think the middle girl looks like Tara.
I think Tara's middle girl
Because
for
of
sure.
her slut strands.
Yeah, the slut strands.
Yeah.
So you left me at a bar again?
Yes. So sorry about that. I actually woke up panicked, and I'll tell you my version of the night, and then you tell me yours. So I was sober when you got to the restaurant.
That is mind-boggling to me because when I got to the restaurant, I was wasted.
You were wasted. But it's so funny because like I kind of knew that you would be. Like I just wasn't expecting you to come as soon as you did because you were like, I thought you said the date was at 8. And
It was it not? No, it was
you
at
went
7.
at 7, so you told
Yeah.
us all at 8, so we met at 8.
Right.
To give you enough time for us to eat, and then you show up to us, and then you were like, at 7, you were like, I'm lost. And we were like, where are you going? And then you just never told us anything, so we were like, maybe she's on the date now.
I was.
Anyway, we get drunk, you eat a lot of bacon.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And for context to the story, also, you made me order just a baked potato as my meal, but you could eat it like a taco.
I ate it. I picked it up and ate it like a taco.
It's actually so smart, though. It was so smart. And then, honestly, the most disgusting thing you did at that dinner was you dipping it into the sour cream and then force feeding me the potato. I just remember you're like, you guys got to catch up. And I think I had like 3 or 4 drinks just at dinner, but sans dinner.
Right.
And
then
then
you didn't eat.
And then we went out. And then I just remembered, what do we call Tara's boyfriend? What's his nickname?
Piece of shit.
Shithead? What?
Tara's boyfriend's piece of shit.
As a shithead, sorry. But we called piece of shit, and he just hands us like glasses full of vodka. And
Yeah,
that's
what set me
honestly the
over.
last that I remember. I remember drinking it being like, don't drink this. Like, whatever you do not finish this drink.
Right.
And then I looked down, my glass was empty.
I was drinking it like it was vodka water,
Same.
but it was just vodka.
It was just
and
vodka.
it tasted of poison.
I thought it tasted just like water. I have this memory where I try to set it down, and then I'd be like, no. And then I would drink it again, be like, I can't get rid of this. And then I just remember when Tara's boyfriend left, and it was just you, me, and our friend, I was like, in my mind, I thought I was being a good friend, being like, Nora's in her single era. I'm just going to let the cards fall where they may.
They fell.
And, like, I know we joke about, haha, keeping it in the friend group. I was just like, should I leave? Like, in my mind, I was like, do you want me to leave?
And in my mind, I said, no. I said,
were like-
don't. If you leave, I'm going to have to make out with him.
Which I thought meant, leave me, I want to make out
No!
with him.
I admit what I said.
And I just turned around and I left.
Within 3 seconds of you walking out the door, we were making out.
I figured. I texted Tara and I was like, I feel so bad. Like, in the morning, I was like, I left Nora with our friend. Like, I don't think, you think anything happened? And she goes, I doubt it. There's no way.
Oh, it happened. It happened.
Did you tell her?
No, I haven't told her. I'm
Let's
not
not
gonna
tell her
anyone.
until she listens to this episode.
Yeah, I'm not telling anyone because, I mean, it was no biggie, but Separately, I go back to his place. We do the deed. At the end of the deed, we are like doggy style, which is just already like,
ick. Yawn. Come up with something better, boys.
But we're doing doggy style, and because I've had a burger, a potato, and 30 pounds of fucking vodka, I'm not joking. I've never been closer to projectile vomiting while someone's having sex with me. I was covering my mouth so I wouldn't vom
while he's you.
like finishing. And the second he finishes, the second he removes himself from me, I go, I love you, but I gotta go projectile vomit. I go to his bathroom and just start heaving.
Did he get you water?
Heaving bacon. No memories. No memories were formed.
No memories, no feelings, no emotions were formed. Just pure good old-fashioned fun.
Good old-fashioned fun. But yeah, no, I'm not going to tell Tara.
I'm proud of you for not. Like, that takes a lot of willpower to not throw up.
I'm not even kidding. I could have easily projectiled on his bed. Easily.
You're growing up.
I'm an adult.
I'm proud of you. If there's anything I took away from this story, it's that you've grown.
Uh-huh.
And you're a good time.
I'm a good time. I just really am reveling in the fact that Tara doesn't know.
This is going to be so fun. I cannot wait. There's so many surprises that are about to come out. Rats, tomorrow night we leave for our 5th annual Lake Week, which is when all of the rats go down and become lake rats.
Mm-hmm.
And we just swim in the lake for about a full week and a half, and we get some weird lake diseases and get eaten by fish.
And by the rats, we mean me, Allie, Tara, and like 30 of our acquaintances.
So it'll be a really good time. We're going to be recording down there. Stay tuned. But yeah, a lot of shit's about to go down at this Lake Week. 1, because Nora and I, it's our first time being single both at the same time at Lake Week. And 2, there's a lot of single men that normally aren't there or single.
Yeah.
So yikes. But also, we're going to find out this revelation's bound to come out because my big ass mouth. I won't be able to control myself.
Not only is it going to come out at Lake Week, this episode's going to release while we're at Lake Week. Should
put
we
it
play
on.
it?
You know how we have those speakers that are Bluetooth? Let's play it at breakfast.
Oh my God.
I'll cue it up in my like morning breakfast playlist.
Rats, what makes this so key is that the guy we're talking about will be there.
And he's like, please don't make this awkward.
And I'm like, absolutely not.
And it was so funny because like the next day after all this happened, I knew that you guys had done the deed. But obviously I didn't say anything, but we have a group chat. And everyone was like, how was everyone's night? Like, what happened? And the only 2 people to not respond in the group chat of 5 people were Nora and said friends. So this should be really, really exciting. You know what wasn't predicted, though?
Huh?
That wasn't in our cards by our psychic reading.
Oh.
Was for you to Ferk one of our friends.
The transition.
Yeah. So let's talk about psychics finally.
Where's Tara?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. We forgot. We got sidetracked. Tara's in Texas.
Tara's in Texas.
Battling
depression.
Yep. And anxiety and FOMO.
Yeah. She's going to be so mad when she hears this episode.
Yeah. She's going to be like, I have so much to say. Also, because she was with us by accident in one of our psychic sessions that was just supposed to be for me and Nora, and Tara's energy was picked up and it threw the whole thing off.
Really ruined us. So, like, I know it's your episode, but I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you believe in psychics for real?
No.
Me neither.
But, like, I have to because I'm so desperate in my life right now.
I mean, me too.
Are we recording?
I always have this panic that we're not recording.
Just for this episode, though, because it's always this one something happens.
No, that's why I'm freaking out, because we have tried to record this episode so many fucking times.
I know. Well, so I'll kick it off with, you know, when we've recorded this the 5 times in the past, we've listed every type of psychic that's out there. For today's purposes, I think let's just focus on our own experiences with Eileen and, like, whatever. And then Tara will do, like, a later segment on how she almost lost $10,000 to a psychic.
Oh, my God. I forgot about that. Tara almost got scammed by her psychic.
It's actually such a good story. I don't know why she didn't bring it up in the scammed episode, our first episode, Rat, so feel free to listen. But, yeah, I feel like I don't believe in them. But, like, I believe in, like, mediums or, like, people that can, like, talk to dead people.
I do, too, I think that seems more legitimate.
Yeah. Like, obviously you can't predict the future.
You can't predict the future. But
like,
you can talk to
dead
ghosts. I do
it's
kind of
fine.
believe in mediums, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like an energy thing. I don't know.
But I also think that, like, when you're dead, you're just dead.
I agree. Like, I don't think that you're, like...
A ghost.
I do think you're a ghost. So, psychics. Do you believe in psychics?
No, I don't think I believe in, like, that you could tell the future. No way, Jose. I believe in mediums. I think that makes more sense.
I think I didn't believe in anything until we got connected with our friend's medium psychic because she was so right about so many things.
I know. She's the one who's, like, making me believe.
I know.
But I don't think I believe... It's just hard with the future stuff. It's, like... It's kind of vague and, like, sure, maybe, but, like, the medium part is, like, legit.
Yeah,
like, she's getting it right.
I want to spend some time on that because, like, I feel like you didn't really believe me when I was like, oh my God, my experience was crazy.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really believe our friend when she was like, no, I've been going to her for years. Like, everything she said has been right.
So Eileen's a medium psychic who our friend introduced us to.
She's amazing. She lives on Long Island. She is so fucking funny.
She's kooky as hell.
Real kook. Like, has, like, 4-inch long nails past her, like, nail line. And she, like, clacks them together while she scribbles.
The accent is so strong.
She's like, why didn't you girls go to the beach or something? I don't know. She sounds just like my mother.
She does.
So the first time I went to Eileen was probably 6 months after my breakup, I would say, because I didn't have that much space between when I went by myself and then when I went with you.
As an aside, just for the girlies, what is it about a breakup that makes us want to go to a psychic?
Because we're like, what the fuck does my future hold? I'm going to die in this hole alone forever. I went back down a rabbit hole last night because Brave Daddy had his new girlfriend on his balcony when I went to go get floss. I happened to look outside and I was like,
you saw?
And I had a full-blown mental breakdown.
But him and her out there? Oh my God. That's a toughie, guys. Don't move next door to your ex.
That's on me.
More bad advice only. Allie moved next door.
I'm re-signing my lease.
So they were out there?
They were out there.
What were they doing?
Looking at the rainbow.
Those fuckers.
Yay.
I find it really rude that he has a girlfriend.
Same.
No hate to her, but like,
I have no issue with her because I get it. Look, I get it. When you're young, because she's got to be like 20-something. This also wasn't in my prediction by Eileen, by the way. But she's like 20-something, and when we ended it, he was like, blonde Christian girl, tattoos are trashy. My biggest thing is, like, I really wouldn't be mad if she was a blonde Christian girl.
Right. Like,
but she's brunette, covered in tattoos. I'm sure she's actually as nice. But, like, I feel like if you're young and, like, you know what I mean?
You're
like,
confused.
stunned by, like, a 38-year-old guy who owns his own place.
1,000%.
Looking at the
We've
city.
We've all
like,
been, like, in our early 20s, and you don't see, like, how fucked it is.
Totally. And I really don't have any issues with her. I really don't. But it's hard to look when you see someone that looks like you.
Right, on your
my
the balcony that
my
you
own
used
home
to
that
have.
I painted. I painted those walls. I cut the carpet out. I refloored it.
That's
My
so
sheets.
brutal.
It just hurts. It stings a little, you know?
I'm laughing because it's hurting me too. Like, my skin's crawling at how bad
it was really
that is.
rough. It was rough. It was really rough.
I can't believe you didn't even tell me this.
Oh, I was too busy crying myself
Did you
to
cry?
sleep last night.
Aww.
Well, I was just mad. Like, I'm past the point of being sad because, like, what am I going to do? And, like, again, like, she's probably so nice. Like, I really do wish her well. Like, I hope she doesn't have to go through what I went through.
She
but
will.
I was more angry.
It honestly, because I've been in this position too where it's like your ex starts dating someone and there's this overwhelming feeling of like, I hope they don't treat her how they treated me.
Yeah.
But they will.
Yeah.
Like, that's the worst part.
Yeah.
Like, I want to save her. Anyways, psychics.
So she didn't predict that, actually. She predicted that he was going to come back into my life in August.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Are we in August? What month is it?
It's August.
So he's not back.
So he's not back. He's fully into another relationship at this point. Like, months into this relationship.
August isn't over. He might be
That's
back.
true. He might come back. But,
Maybe
like,
she just meant you'd see him on the balcony. Like
maybe
that.
that's what she meant. And that was, like, closing a chapter because apparently, according to all these other psychics that are on Instagram, because once you start talking about it, your feed gets full of them. They're all like, we're in Leo, new moon rising, blah, blah, blah. Exes are bound to come back and, you know, like, close the chapter on things that make you sad.
You
blah.
should close the chapter.
We should all close our
We should all
chapters.
move on.
Chapters are closed.
Lesson
Get
to the
over it.
ladies. Get over it. Whatever it is,
Can't control it.
get over it.
Okay, so Eileen, was like, you know, you're going to meet your husband at 32. I kind of prefaced this in our last episode on, like, the dating apps part 2.
When Tara didn't know your birthday.
Yeah. So fucking funny, by the way. I was pissing myself listening to that episode.
I didn't even catch it in real life time, but then when I listened back editing, I was like, how the fuck does Tara not know her birthday? They have been friends for so long.
It's so funny. I was cackling on the ferry this morning.
Not even the day, the month.
Yeah, I don't care about the day, but like, yikes. Anyway, so, she was like, you know, 32, you're going to meet your husband. Like, 35, you're going to have your first child. 39, you're going to have your second child. Oof, yeah, I'm like, late in life. Like, I'm tired. Like, I'm already tired. I'm tired
now.
And I'm single.
I can't have a baby at 39.
No, You look like you're about to have one the way you're sitting right now. You look like you're about to push.
I'm really comfy, actually.
But then she was like, you know, what got me was all the shit she said about, like, my grandparents and knowing.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
I know everybody out there, all the haters, you're like, oh, there's probability in guessing, like, your grandparents' first letter. But
no, she guessed the name.
She guessed the name.
She guessed the full name like it was nothing.
Yeah, and then she, like, little specific facts. Like, I think yours is more crazy because mine, I don't know my grandparents that well. Mm-hmm. So she was like, your grandma liked to sing. And I was like, I don't fucking know. My grandma's been dead before I was alive. So, like, who knows? But, like, all that ended up being true. But the thing that got me the most was when we were going to that bachelorette party in Arizona. And we had the itinerary, and it was, like, hiking was going to be on there. And we were bound to, like, hike a Saturday or something. And I met with her the Wednesday before we flew out. And she's like, your husband, you know, he's going to work really late. He's going to have, like, the spontaneity for life, though, and live life to its fullest. Like, I see hiking in your future. Like, why do I see you hiking in Arizona?
Yeah.
And I was
we
like,
were, like,
what
literally going to Arizona the next day to hike.
That's what I was like,
That's
okay,
weird.
I'm going to meet my husband in 30.
I can't actually remember what she got right about my, like, grandma and...
We recorded it. The crazy thing that she got right, I mean, because at one point, like, Tara started crying, and that's when I knew it was real, because I was like, huh?
Yeah.
But it was like, she got your grandma right. She got, like, because your grandma had some sort of, like, bionic hip or some shit.
Yes. She said that at the end of my grandma's life, she had trouble walking, which I get it. That is kind of, like, a given.
But she said it was specific about, like, her hip and ankle. She was like, I'm getting, like,
about her
legs
hip.
specifically.
And my and Tara's grandma she fell and broke her hip at, like, the very end of her life, and that was basically what led to her passing.
And that's what she said too. She was like, I feel like that led to her overall.
Yes.
Like,
and what I think got Tara upset is that this was when we were kids, and I remember we had, like, such a thing about it where we were like, oh my God, it's so scary that grandma can't walk. Like, I feel so, like, scared of that happening. Like, to me, I always want to be able to walk. And then the medium was like, grandma says she's walking fine now. And I think that's what got Tara.
Yeah, I just made a sad face. Like, that was so cute. Like, I'm reliving it. I was there for that.
It really is cute.
At the beginning, I couldn't tell if you, like, were enjoying the experience or not, because you were, like, you kind of looked like, but, I mean, to be fair, we did this fresh after your breakup, and we should have given it, like, a week at least.
It was literally, like, a day after my breakup, which we didn't plan that. It just, this guy.
Happened.
I mean, with that guy, like, the odds are in our favor that it'll be right after breakup because he broke up with me 3 times.
Right. In a way, we had already pre-planned it. The universe, man. The universe
is
crazy. Divine timing is right.
But she didn't say anything about my breakup, which I found a bit weird.
She didn't. She was just like, he's not going to come back. But maybe it's because...
Burn.
Maybe it's because of the energy. But the weird thing is she got the shit about his mom right.
Yes, she got that really right.
Basically, yeah, you say it.
Well, I mean, just that he has, like, serious issues with his mummy. But, like,
Which
who doesn't? So maybe that isn't a good one.
Yeah. I would go back to another psychic.
Same. Should we do it at Lake Week?
We should do it at Lake Week. We can text her, but she's always... This woman is booked out months.
She must be making so much money.
Because it's not cheap.
No. How much did we pay?
We paid, like, $225, but we did both of us at the same time. So, like, on your own... I mean, still on your own, it's like $125.
If every meeting you took, if every hour-long meeting you took was $250, holy shit.
I know.
She's crushing.
And
it's all fake.
Desperate bitches in the city looking for their husband. Fuck run clubs. Go to Eileen.
Go to Eileen.
Yeah, I wish Tara was here to tell her scam story, because basically, like, same thing. It was, like, either during a break, I think.
It was a breakup. She was going through a breakup, and she went to a psychic.
She went to the psychic, and For some reason, I'm going to butcher the story, which is going to be even funnier. She's like, I went to this psychic that she found like on the street.
It was like a St. Mark's psychic.
Yeah, and she was like, I can't give you an answer now. I need you to go home and like cut up a rose. Oh, she was like, bring me like 10 petals of a rose or something.
No, she said that, but she also said get $10,000 cash
and put it in an envelope under your bed. And I was like, did you give this bitch your address? Because she's gonna rob you.
Tara's like, I don't have that liquid.
And she's like, yes, you do. I'm like arguing with Sarah. And she was like, I love that Sarah was trying to like barter.
She's like, could I do like
200
$200? She's like, no, it must be $10,000. Who the fuck does she think is going to her who just has 10,000 cash lying around?
Be the best goddamn reading of your life. You better be marrying a millionaire.
Yeah.
But what's weird is, okay, so when we did, so I know we're jumping around, listener, but Nora and I did our psychic reading together, and Tara was in the background. And originally when Eileen told me when I did my singles reading, like without any of you present, like she was like, your husband's going to be, like you're going to meet him randomly at like a coffee shop or something. Right. He's going to be tall, brunette, richer than the last guy, like all this stuff. And I was like, love this for me. Yeah. I'm going to marry a Vanderbilt. But then when it was all three of us together, I feel like she was like getting some weird energies because she said that exact same thing verbatim to Tara and then changed mine and was like, you already know him. Like he's, you'll like just forget who he was and he's going to crop back up and you're going to be like, oh, that's my husband.
I feel like you could totally have a husband like that because you know so many people.
It's too many.
Like Allie has more friends than anyone on earth. And they all just keep popping up.
Should we just drop them?
Yeah, let's get rid of them. Start making cuts.
Wait, what did she say about your husband? Do you remember?
I have no memory of it, to be honest. I was in a dark place when we did that reading. I don't think I was really absorbing.
Oh, she said your guy's gonna like baseball and that our friends are gonna like each other. Our boyfriends are gonna like each other.
You know, the guy I'm seeing right now, one of my sex neighbor friends, he likes baseball.
Okay, let me channel my psychic abilities. I'm picking up husband.
I'm picking up hubby.
I'm picking up hubby. I was told by every person that I've talked to, though, that's a psychic, because yes, I've gotten to more than one. They all are like, I feel like they say this to everybody, that you have like psychic abilities, because she said the same shit about you.
They never say it to me. No, they say it to Tara. They say every psychic that Allie and Tara see says they also have psychic abilities, but mine don't say it about me. I don't think I have the eye.
That's probably because you're too practical.
I'm way too practical.
I'm like a dreamer. I'm
not a dreamer. I'm just sitting there it's like gambling. You know how guys like to gamble and they're like, I already lost the money, like it's just for the experience? Yeah. That's how I am with psychics. Like I'm paying for the experience, but I know it's not true.
Wait, are you saying gambling's not real?
No, I'm saying that when guys gamble, they're like, I'm going in
knowing that you're going to lose money.
I'm losing the money I'm accepting that because I'm paying for the fun.
Yeah, okay, that makes... I didn't do well on the SATs.
No?
That was like an analogy, right?
I don't know what
like psychics are to gambling as...
Yeah, I think psychics are girls gambling.
Okay, I like that.
Which is fair.
It's totally fair.
And we waste a lot less money on psychics than boys on gambling.
Guys, just go to a fucking psychic. Why are you gambling your money away?
I never heard of a girl going into $100,000 of debt from psychics. We also went to we didn't go to a psychic, but we went to a bar like maybe a year ago.
Oh, this is a good one.
And the bartender started to read she was a tarot card reader, and we were like, okay, will you read us? And she was like, sure, why not? And she read Allie, and I feel like the only thing she said about you, she said a couple things. She said you and Rave Daddy would break up.
And I was like, bullshit.
And that happened. And then she said you were going to get fired. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I'm like still so worried about that.
She's still not fired, listener. Speaking of which, this is a great time to remind everyone to go to Spotify. Click, because a lot of people are telling me it's hard to find where to rate the show.
Oh.
So I'm going to talk you through it. There's 3 little dots. You're going to click them. You're going to click rate the show, and you're going to hit 5 stars. It's actually the only option you have to.
You have to. Like, if you try to click 4, 3, 2, or 1, it just, the universe won't let you press.
It's also really bad luck, I heard. We got like 4 new ratings yesterday, so I don't know what we're doing.
We're doing great.
I think it's because I'm going on dates.
Yeah,
and every time I go on a date, I'm like, will you rate us?
That's smart. Opening line.
Yeah. I'm like, second date is totally dependent on your rating.
I would fucking do that if I didn't get stood up for the third goddamn time.
Yeah, what happened? You never even told me.
Sick of this.
The only reason I know you got stood up is because as I was editing the episode, last week's episode, when we're like, you're excited
I'm so
for your
excited.
date.
And then I never went on the date, and you were like, nothing's more embarrassing than being like, oh, I'm so excited about this date, and then not going on it. Guess what? We didn't go on it.
Why? What did he do?
He literally was the worst. So, okay, you guys, I don't remember if I said this in last week's episode, but we had originally rescheduled because he was like...
No reschedules, no cancellations.
No, I know, and I thought about sending the message, but rats, this is why I didn't, because he didn't cancel day of. He canceled like 2 or 3 days before, and he was like, I'm so sorry. I got really bad news about like a family medical emergency. Like, my head's kind of all over the place. I'm really sorry. And I was like, oh, it's okay. Like, let's reschedule. And he was like, how's Thursday or Friday? But my parents were in town. So I was like, I can't. And then he's like, well, I'm free over the weekend. Like, he seemed really eager to, like, reschedule. And then he talked to me the whole week. Again, I don't want a pen pal.
Also,
unless you're serious.
You can't hit him with the no cancellations, no reschedules after he's like, my grandma's dying. Like, that's a lot.
I'll be like,
even
sorry.
For me.
No reschedule. But anyway, I thought about it. Basically, like, I walked 20 minutes. He was, like, really lackluster in his approach, a.k.a. didn't find a place, date, or time. Like, he made me choose and then didn't tell me the time. And that's when I messaged you guys being like, I don't want to go on this date. And you were like, go on it. Like, it's a work day. Like, you know, he's probably just, like, working and, like, not responding to you. So the date he picked finally, like, 7:30 is the time. I walked 20 minutes to a place near him for convenience. And as I'm opening the door, I get a message being like, I'm not coming.
What was the message exactly?
It was literally like, sorry to be an ass, like, work emergency at 7:30 p.m.
That is so fucking rude.
Yeah. So then I just turned around and walked home.
No, let me tell you the rats, all the rats, how you handle this scenario. You text them and you're like, okay, no more games, baby boy. I'll see you at 7:30. And then you go, and then if he doesn't show up, whatever, go fuck someone else.
No, I agree, but, like, we had other plans, a.k.a. getting you railed by one of our friends. So.
Oh, God, I got railed. I almost vomited everywhere.
So gross.
It was kind of hot, though. I'm kind of like...
Are we running it back at Lake Week?
I'm confused.
Do you like him?
No. I definitely don't.
Are you going to make it awkward and like him?
I'm going to make it awkward and like him. I'm going to make it awkward and harass him.
What kind of, what do you need from me?
Ooh, here's what I need. You harass him. You try to sleep with him. That's what I want.
I've tried this before you guys hooked up. It didn't work. He rejected me to go out with you.
No, he didn't.
He said, I would love to go out as friends, but with Nora.
No, he said with Allie and Nora as friends. We're both friend-zoned.
But you're not, because his dick was inside.
We're still friend-zoned. You could still be friend-zoned and have sex, no? Is that not a thing?
No, I do that all the time.
Listen, I'm happy in my friend zone. I want to be in the friend zone. I'm not trying to date this man.
Okay. I just need to hear that.
Oh, other news. Allie and I made out again.
Ugh, like 6 times.
We can't stop.
We can't stop. Guys, it's just a hug. It's just a better hug.
Who was I trying to explain this to? Oh, my date. I went on a date before I met up with you guys, and I was trying to explain, like, why we make out and how it's just an outpouring of love. And the guy was like, well, would you ever go down on her? And I was like, no, absolutely
You know what? Didn't somebody else ask us that at dinner?
Everyone wants to know if we would oral. And
it's not going to happen.
It's not,
that's a kiss.
That's not a hug. That's a kiss. That's what we were explaining. Psychics.
Anyway, you going down on me wasn't in my cards either.
Remember that time you tried to eat my ass?
No! I never tried. It was a joke.
Is that the no-no list?
Okay. The butt comment, the eating ass comment, that's equivalent to going down on you.
That's so it. Eating ass is going down on me. Woo.
I just threw up in my mouth.
Someone ate my ass the other day.
It was not me. Don't look at me.
No, it wasn't you. No, I know. I'm having a flashback. It was not our friend.
Well, when you were first like, oh, I was a doggy style and I ate all this bacon, I didn't think it was coming out the front end for a second. I got so nervous at where the story was going because we hadn't debriefed.
Was it weird that I told him I loved him?
Before you threw up?
It was between the sex and the throw up.
You told him you loved him earlier in the night, too.
I do love him. He's a friend. I gotta say, we are just so unmarriable. Because we were just, like, so invested in fucking guys in our friend group.
Yeah. No, it's...
But here's the thing. I really do believe you can have sex with your friends and then,
Agreed.
like, move on and, like, it's whatever.
Agreed.
I really do. I feel like it's just, like, whatever because it's like if we wanted to date, we would. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not awkward.
Well, that's
it's
why
like,
I used to get into fights because of what this other friend that, like, we both blacked out, hooked up with each other, shouldn't have done it, and Rave Daddy used to get so mad about it. And
It's
I'm
like, if
wait,
I-
we would have dated if we wanted to.
Right.
Like, I spend more time with this
if
man than I do with
anything,
you.
You should be more secure about me hooking up with a friend than me hooking up with, like, a random date. You know what I
Correct.
mean? Because a friend, the opportunity's there all the time. We could always do it, and we
Right.
don't.
I feel like you and I are just overly sexual, where, again, like, I just see that as, like, a hug.
It's literally a hug.
Like, if your dick's in my mouth, it's I'm being polite to you.
That is just common decency. Should we wrap?
Yeah. I feel like there's enough in there, right?
I don't really know if we can call this psychics anymore.
Yeah. More like, psych dicks.
More like Nora had sex.
Ugh, man, that's good. Well, you know, you heard it here first. If you're desperate like us, either get the dick in with your friends or go to a psych dick.
That's the lesson here.
And that's the lesson. Psychics aren't real, but dicks are.
Bye, rats.
Bye, rats. As always, thanks for listening. If you're interested in even more bad advice, scurry on over to Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We're begging you. Download and rate the show and leave us a review. Talk to you next Monday.
Stay tuned, rats.